coming to you live from the School of Graduate Studies Auditorium, University of Cape Coast. Remember, this is brought to us by Cost Innovation Center in collaboration with MasterCard Foundation, and of course, we're working with Design Thinking and Innovation Hub of University of Cape Coast. On that note, greetings to you, Dr. Karen Abeka Arthur. You are the director for the Directorate of Design Thinking Hub of University of Cape Coast, and of course, you're also the faculty officer for KIC University of Cape Coast. Kic, you have 6 minutes to present your idea. You ready?
Very ready.
Suleiman Mohammed, our timekeeper, you ready? Good morning. Starts now.
Good morning. My name is Aramani Tvucc. I'm representing Kic. I'm here with my team members. In Ghana, about 740,000 tons of gari is processed every year. This means that about 40 to 60% of water is derived out of this process during the dewatering process. Now the question is, where does this water end up? Follow me through my presentation. This is Menden Papers, who uses banana and plantain stems in producing papers. She spent about 30% of her revenue in producing her papers, and this increased her cost of production. Mr. Hoffman is also the founder of SEO German Company Limited, who is into plywood production. Now, Mr. Hoffman experiences delay in importation of adhesive, and this makes him fail his client. As I said earlier, about 40 to 60% of water derived from dewatering of cassava poses environmental threat because it is not controlled. And this ends up in the environment and poses diseases like malaria to children and women. On the other hand, this byproduct is very potent for the use of paper and plywood adhesive. And annually, Ghana imports about $12 million of paper and plywood adhesive into the country. And this is very alarming to our economy and also limits farmers' potential when it comes to additional income. Our solution is to produce a mega and one of the best paper and wood adhesive that is biodegradable and very eco-friendly. I believe you want to know how our product works. First of all, we educate these gari processors as to the negative effect of what this issue is posing to them with our partners EP. Now, the next step is we collect this waste through the pipelines that you see there. These pipes end up in a manhole, and this manhole contains a separator that separates the water from the starch. Now the starch is being scooped. The way it's being scooped is that we have our market women who, when they dial a short code, this short code reaches our agent, and our agent picks it up from their point where they produce the gari. Now, together with the cassava peel, it's being transported to our factory for them to process it by drying in our solar dryer. The next step, we grind it and we add our additives to make our end product. Now it is being delivered to our customers. This is a demonstration of how our glue can be used with just cold water. You don't need to heat it on fire. Our glue is multi-purpose. It covers more surface area compared to other glues available in the market, and it is biodegradable and it is heat resistant, not forgetting the affordability. We are creating about 10 direct employment and about 50 indirect employment in the community, creating value to gari processors because we are increasing their income, and we are also creating good health, that is SDG Goal 3, and reduction of carbon footprint, that is SDG Goal 13, which is the climate action. We have a competitive edge over over our competitors because of our eco-friendliness, our price, and it is heat resistant and it's a multi-purpose product. We are collaborating with Gary processors to get our raw materials from Kantanka, who is supplying us with our automobile, because when we went there, we spoke to them and they were ready to help us with our, at least an aboboya for our beginning of our production. Ghana Standard Board and Environmental Protection Agency, who is also helping us in terms of standardizing our product. CSR with Research and Cosmos Innovation Center, we are not forgetting them, our funding partners. This is how the market size looks like, and we are targeting a 10% share of 20 million US dollars. We are using social media, TV and radio advertisement, email broadcasting, and we are doing B2B and direct sales.
1 minute.
When we went to the market research, we realized that our competition with foreign products and gave us a competitive edge. Our idea is very viable, it is creating employment, and it is also very sustainable. We are making, our cost price for production is $1, and we are selling at 1.36 US dollars, and at the end of the year, we are targeting to sell 136,000 US dollars, producing about 100 tons of this product. This is how financial projection looks like, and at the end of the year, we are looking at making, at the end of the third quarter, we are looking at making 45,458 USD. At our quarter one, we are doing prototyping and business formalization. The next quarter, we are doing site planning, education. The next quarter, we are doing production, and the last quarter, we are doing our cassava plantation to source our raw materials from there as well to be able to feed our future client that we are going to get. Meet our wonderful team.
Emmanuel,
Right.
Aramani Teria, the research and marketing lead. Castec. Castec. Elevate and transform. Thank you very much.
Now let's listen to the
Okay, Castec, to me, I love your idea so much. What I want to ask from you is the adhesive and the glue that you have here. The two entrepreneurs that you showed from the beginning of this, your presentation, can I see them? Have you been in touch with them? Have they tested your product? Have they agreed to it that they are going to source their glue from you? That's the only thing I want to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. Yes, Mending Papers is one of the SMEs in Takwa, and we went to her, and she made mention that she is ready to buy from us once we are able to produce and at a reasonable price. She is very ready to buy from us. Yes.
Have you given it to her to test with the paper mending she's doing? And then she has accepted to the fact that, okay.
Gone back to her after our market research. So this is our first we have done so far.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. The how it works, I saw something that I think you need to clarify. Yes. No, go back. Yes, multi-purpose adhesive from cassava wastewater. I think that this is wrong. This is wrong. It should rather be the what we call the slurry. Okay? Because wastewater, I thought maybe, because they also use water to wash. And that one do not contain, yes. Basically, what you are doing is starch and not glue. Do you agree with me?
It's a glue.
Is what?
It's a glue, because we are adding something that will make it work. And for starch, you need to heat it on fire before it will have the adhesion property. But with our product, you just add water to it and it starts working.
And it becomes what?
It becomes a glue.
A glue.
For paper and plywood adhesion.
Yes, but what you showed me, you have showed me some product.
Yes.
Is it no starch?
It is together with natural additives.
Yes,
that is it.
I know you can use the starch to do glue.
That is what I'm saying, that for the starch, you need to heat water.
Okay.
You put it in before it will be able to stick.
So your product will be heated.
It won't be heated.
Will be
So
the flour.
with our product, you can just add water to it and it will start working. Not hot water, but cold water.
Cold water.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. My other concern is that if you look at most cassava varieties, right, the total starch maybe around 20, 25. The maximum I have seen is around 27% starch. That's when you use even the raw cassava. But in this case, you're going to use the slurry.
Sure.
How much starch, okay, do you think you can get from this?
All right. Thank you very much for the question. So, when we went to our market research, we spoke to a Gari Processing Association, and they are more than 60. So we targeted that if we are able to get 30 of them, at least each of the processors produce about 1 ton of Gari every day. So it means that, in essence, if we are getting about 40 to 60% of water waste from them, then it means we are quantifying that at least 10% of this water will contain starch. Because we understand that about 10% of the water coming out, because we know we get about 40 to 60% of slurry as we are pressing the cassava.
40 to 60% of what?
Of water.
Of the initial, is it the weight, initial weight?
When they press it,
yes.
the water that comes out of it is about 40 to 60%.
Of what?
Of the slurry that comes out of the that comes out of the cassava.
No, check that. 40 to 60% of what? God, it started with a ton. A ton.
Please, okay, so a ton, every at least one Gari processor.
Yes.
Process a ton of cassava, Gari every day.
A ton of Gari
every
or
day.
A ton of cassava?
No, a ton of Gari every
so
day.
Yes, but you see, your raw materials will not come from Gari. It will come from the initial cassava that they use. Are you getting me?
I understand, but during the processing, you see, they they grind the cassava.
They grate.
They grate the cassava.
Yes.
And they put it in a sack.
And press. Yes.
So you see the press. When they are pressing, the water that is coming out.
Yes.
That is the 40 to 60%. When you are quantifying it, the amount of water coming out of that press is about 40 to 60%.
That's what I'm asking. 60% of what, my brother?
Of the slurry. You said,
oh, no,
you said, you said we shouldn't call it.
I'm just trying to help you, okay? As I speak, I am doing Gari. As I speak, I am doing Gari. So if I start with my a ton, the ton will have the peels and then the pulp, right? I will take some peels away. So assuming I start with a ton, maybe it comes to say 900 kg. Okay. The 900 kg, when I mill, I will remove some amount of water. Okay? That is from the pressing. So out of that, maybe, is it 40% of my 900 kg that is left? That will be the slurry.
Yes, that is it. Okay.
You see? Right. Then out of the slurry, we expect some water and some what? Starch.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm asking that the slurry, assuming you are saying is 40% of the 900. 49 is what? 36, 360 kg.
Sure.
So 360 kg is water and some starch.
Sure.
Okay, so when I remove the water, how much starch? Okay, because that is your money.
Sure.
I am more interested in that. I have done Gari research for about 4 years.
Okay.
Yes. I did it with my professor here.
Sure.
That's why I'm trying to help you. And even that, you see, there are cassavas for starch and there are cassavas for Gari.
Very true.
You understand?
Very true.
The one we use for Gari may not even give you the amount of starch you need. And these are basic trainings we give to processors and all of that. Okay, so kindly check. I am interested in your money. It's a good thing you want to do, but I think that you will not get enough starch from the slurry, when you are dealing with Gari processes. Think about it.
Thank you, Prof. We take that to be our last call.
Yeah, so yeah, and then I just want to advise that we are here to help. Sometimes if you have not done, you don't know much about it. It doesn't mean the idea is bad. I mean, just say that I will go and what, because we are looking at the idea, the feasibility, and how it's solving the problem. And we don't expect you at this level to know everything. So some of the things we ask to just help you to put it down so that when you go, because at the end of the day, it's about the raw material. We always talk about the raw material. Because you get a supply and you go and we don't have the and the cassava, we have one for starch and one for, but at least you will get some starch from the one that they use for gari.
Right.
But of course you need to estimate that. You can also look at the brewery because they also use cassava and see whatever they are doing. Because they also use cassava for beer and other things. It's possible that you can get something from them. Or
from the pills too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So
Thank
look
you.
at that and then.
Thank you very much.
Right. We do appreciate.
How do you call it? Please, this is important. I think this is a very good project, like Devon said. One of the things that I'm thinking is that you said you're dealing with about 60 small gari processes, and you are going to do this manhole or something in everybody's home or what?
No. So for every center, for every gari processing center,
Yeah.
we'll create a pipe channel
Okay.
from they are pressing
Okay.
straight to that's one manhole that
Okay.
we are creating for them.
All right.
Yes, please.
Now, the second thing is you stated that you want 10% market share. 10% market share of 20 million is $2 million.
Yes, please.
And then in your own submission somewhere, you said your revenue is will be 136. That is about 1.3%. So you see, when you are writing these things, you have to be very consistent. And these are some of the things that somebody will listen to at another level and disqualify you. Do you get the point? You don't get me. You state that you are starting. When you are starting, it doesn't mean that when there is market share of 10%, you can get all the 10%. So you can say that your focus is to get to that 10%. But once you are starting in the first year, you are just looking at maybe 1 or 2% of the market share. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you?
Okay.
You don't get it. You've stated there, this 20 million, you said you want 10%. And then when you go to your revenue model too, you said you will get $136,000, which is just 1.3%.
In a year. That is the
In a year, yes.
136,000 is in a year.
But your 10% is when? What? For which?
So the business, as it is progressing.
No. Listen. You said this
Just
is
take
20
the clue
million.
and later, okay, refine
20
it.
million. You want 10%. 10% is always per annum. This is per annum. The figure's there. So if you want 10%, it means you want 2 million. Then you come back and state your revenue that you get 136,000. And I'm saying that you should have said that. Though we have 20 million there, maybe in the beginning, I would just look for 1% or 2%. And that is something achievable.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Kastek, thank you for making time to present to us. We taking the presentation. Page Packs. Next team to present. Page Packs. Aho! Appreciate. Right. Greetings to you, Madam Anita Brima. Many thanks for making time to join us here. And of course, Mr. Ato Napia and Mr. Neitaki Otu. They've been so amazing behind the scenes from KIC. We do appreciate your services. God bless you so much. Thanks for also joining us here, Mr. Mr. Emil Nabon. He is the portfolio manager. Thank you for coming. Remember, the ideation team aims to refine what we want to invest in the future by targeting one entrepreneur at a time. And so they are not aimed to condemn, but they aim to refine what we want to invest in someday to come. And so when you come and they are giving you the idea, make sure that you do take note. So far, I've not seen a team with notebook here, or you have a rep taking notes for you. Great, because they are making interesting revelations that we are learning from. This is TV UCC. Many thanks for choosing us. So, page packs, you have 6 minutes. Time starts now, please.
Good morning. Please, I'm Eunice and I'm presenting on Page Facts Innovation. Me time to give tea. She's very happy because business is going on well. But she's bothered about one thing. Her customers are complaining. The oil spills out of the plastic pack she gives them. And this restaurant is owned by Mr. Kofi, who is also happy because customers patronize very well. But he's also worried about thing. Her customers are eco-conscious clients, and they are worried that the plastic waste he gives them later the environment. About 80% of food vendors in Ghana use plastic packs because of the high cost of biodegradable food packs. Also, annually, about 30,000 tons of coconut waste are generated, which are inadequately managed. They end up in landfill or they end up in the sea. This is where Page Pack Innovations comes in. We are producing biodegradable food packs from coconut husks, which are durable, eco-friendly, and they are also cost-effective. This is how it's going to work. So first, we collect our raw materials and we clean them. We extract the core fiber, which is our main raw material in the processing line. We pulp them into paper. Then it goes through final treatment, where it is laminated. Then we mold them into various shapes and sizes. The value we are offering to our customers is one, durability. Because of the cellulose contents of coconut fiber, which gives it strong and make it durable. Also, they are environmental friendly because they will decompose over time. They are affordable because of the low cost of raw material. Some are also willing to give it out for free. Page packs also have customizations of our food pack, where we make various packs to meet the demands of our customers. The impact we are making is contributing to these 3 SDG goals. That's providing 5% extra income for our coconut sellers, sanitation improvement, where initially these coconut waste would have ended up in lands and sea, but part of them will be processed into our food packs, and creating 50% direct and indirect jobs annually. Yes, we have competitors, but Page Pack Innovations have put hand on them in terms of affordability, eco-friendly, and durability. We are not doing this alone. That's why we are collaborating and partnering with Cosmos Innovation, EPA, Dana Plus, CSIR, Coconut Farmers Association, DHAP, and several organization development. The market size of packaging material in Africa is estimated to be 41.87 billion. In Ghana, 3.83 million. And also in West Africa, 1.96 million. During our MRC, we came across these learnings concerning our raw materials. They are cheap and readily available. There is also easy access of raw materials. In our production line, we came across that our machines can be 100% locally made. Also, packaging materials can be made to suit client preference. And with our customers, they are willing to adapt to these biodegradable food packs when it is cost effective. Quality assurance of a product influences its usage, and customer choose a particular food pack based on their purpose. We intend producing 60 pieces of these food packs at a cost price of 6.36 USD, a selling price of 8.18 USD, and a profit margin of 22.2. These are roadmaps going to the market, stakeholder engagement, MVP development and MVP testing, September, October 2023, November, December 2023. In 2024, we are partnering and having business registration in January, February, product development and product certification March, April, market penetration and customer acquisition in May, June, and facility setup and final product launch in July, August. These are our team: Prince Hagan, our business and finance lead; Samuel Annabelle, sustainability and supply chain lead; Grace Bonnie, research and development lead; and myself, marketing and communication lead. Thank you.
Right, let's listen to the ideation team.
Thank you so much. As a page Packs Innovations, I am, captivated by this technology. I pray that it works, because that is the way for us to go. I think we're in Germany, Prof, some time ago, and people are converting the waste from when we cut the grass, the green grass. Okay. So I don't know whether you can think about maybe adding some to, because that is also something you can easily get for free in areas where they generate that. But how it works, I don't know. Have you tried using this for the paper before? Have you tried something?
No, please.
No. You haven't. Is it very difficult to do this practically?
Yeah, manually it's a bit tedious.
But have you tried something?
No, please.
You haven't. Yeah, but you know it will work.
Yes, ma'am.
You sure? Okay. How much waste do I need to do a pack?
Okay, so annually we are targeting about 140 packs, and it is 308 tons of the coconut waste that will be needed to make the 140,000 packs.
308
tons.
tons.
Yes, of coconut waste.
What would be a typical dimension of your pack?
Yes, we are using 12 cm by 6 cm.
12
cm by 6 cm.
You have not finished. 12 cm by
12 centimeters by 6 centimeters.
By what?
6 centimeters.
So 12 by 6 by 6.
Yes, please.
12 by 6 by 6.
Yes, please. For the medium size.
For medium.
Yes, please.
Okay. You're going to have different.
Yeah, we are having 3 different sizes, but then about during our market research, we realized that it is the medium size that the consumers or the vendors are to patronize.
So how it works, you have your raw materials, and then it's converted to what?
Oil fiber.
2. So 2, 3. Yeah, but if this is, assuming this is the flow chart, the process flow, can't you do something small with your hand just for us to be convinced?
Okay, so please, before it's converted into the pack itself, it goes to another process where the cutting and the gluing before it come out like this. But we missed that one.
You missed it?
Yes.
Because I think that anything we can do with machine, we can also do it manually. You understand? Anything we can do with machine, we can do it manual. In fact, it's the manual process that we have converted, basically. So I'm expecting you to, because 2019 we tried this. We even sent the student to Germany. You remember that one chemistry, but fizzled out, and that's why. But it's a good innovation. Thank you.
So, the size of your pack, what can it contain?
Okay, so we don't have a particular thing that it can contain. But because the food vendors they say because of the prices that they sell their food and the quantity they give out, they need the medium. And that's the size of it. So you don't have a particular thing it can contain.
So that's if I go and buy maybe check, it can go into that pack.
Yes, please.
Is that not it?
It varies because each food vendor have the quantity they give for a particular food.
No, but you are doing it. You are doing a size, so you should know what you'll be able to contain. Assuming it contains 1 or 2 check. And you are doing how many packs in a year? 140,000 packs.
Yes, please.
Sorry? 140,000 packs.
Yes, please.
And then you are selling one at how much?
6.2 dollars.
And
No,
selling is
8.1,
8.18
Yes, please.
dollars
Yes, please.
in Ghana here.
Yes. So the pack contains 60 pieces.
Yes, you are not talking.
Yeah.
It contains 60 pieces.
Yes, please.
Okay. So every 60 pieces is this.
Yes.
Okay,
60.
we'll do the mathematics and see how it works.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. My problem is on competition. And these packs, they are in the market. People are importing from China large quantities, and the price is very low. How are you going to beat that competition?
Okay, sir, please, during our market research, so our food vendors were willing to adapt to it, but because what we have on the market is the imported ones, and that's why they go in for that one, but they have locally made, which will suit their needs, they will buy.
The imported one also, the inside is lined with some kind of plastic to prevent oil leakage into the pack. How are you solving that as well?
Sir, please, our own, I don't know if you heard me speak, but we are also going to laminate ours, but ours is going to be 100% biodegradable. So we are using biodegradable lamination.
Yes, and again, the imported ones comes in a pack of 50. So ours is 60, and which is a competitive advantage over the imported ones. Thank you.
We take that. Wow. That will be our final comment. Thank you very much for making time to present to us the page art. Next event is Harvest Hub. Harvest Hub. Aho! 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 I appreciate. Great, you come, Claudia, and inform you that these students Harvest Hub. Yes, please, you have 6 minutes to present your idea. Your time starts now.
A good day to you all.
Whoa, okay. Your time starts now.
A good day to you all. I'm here in the person of Christina Mensa, and I'm presenting on behalf of my Harvest Hub. Okay. Okay, so as you. Okay. My name is Christina Mensa, and then I'm presenting on behalf of my team, Harvest Hub. Okay, so during our market research tour, we realized that out of 100% crop yields that the farmers cultivate, about 20 to 50% of it goes to waste due to lack of available market. Our target users are small-scale farmers and large-scale farmers, as well as restaurants and food service providers, and also urban consumers, buyers and wholesalers. Most of the farmers lose 20 to 50% of their crop yields after harvesting due to ready market, and then price variety and
So our solution, with our user-friendly mobile application, farmers can now connect directly to broad customer base, reaching urban consumers, wholesalers, and restaurants to minimize post-harvest loss. And this is how the app is going to work. So on the interface of the app, we are going to let the farmer download the app, then you get this interface to register so that the farmer will be able to use the app. So this is our value proposition. On our value proposition, we are having product diversity, seamless transactions and payments, empowering local farmers, and it's going to be a win-win for both the farmer and the consumer. Our impact. Harvest Hub is going to reduce post-harvest losses. That's our main motive. And increase income for farmers. There is going to be efficiency in the supply chain. Farming tips and weather forecast is also going to be provided on the app. Then we are going to create employment. Next is our competitor analysis. As you can see, we have the basic competitors, which are Kic Ghana, Agritech Ghana, and Kic Agritech. With this, we outweigh them in all the aspects. Since we are having everything, we are giving the farmers farming tips, we will give them weather forecast, a ruling market price charts, offline capability of the app, then user support is going to be friendly to the farmer. Then these are our collaborators on our then Tvucc Technical University, Cosmos Innovation Center, Food and Drugs Authority, then we have Western Regional Coordinating Council. $60 million of the post-harvest losses, and we are going to solve 10% of the post-harvest losses, which is equivalent to 1.6 million. So our go-to-market strategy, there's going to be community awareness, market survey and marketing collateral, social media advertisements, and government partnership, and we intend to get our feedback loops. On our next is our roadmap. So on our roadmap, we expect to market and launch the app in the 4th quarter. So on our market research, I can't remember, we went on a market research at Amenfi in Central Region. Then we got to know that most farmers, it's not that they don't want to produce, but it's because of the ready market they don't have. That is, there was a farmer at Amenfi who intend to get assurance from the consumers before he starts producing. So assuming a consumer assures him that he's going to buy maybe five buckets of what do we call it, cabbage, he will produce for the consumer. So until he gets that assurance, he's not producing. So with our app, we are going to make sure that no matter how the farmer produce, is going to get a ready market. And about 90% of the farmers were willing to accept our initiative. So on our revenue model, we are going to have subscription model, the pay as you go, advertising revenue, and commission on sales. And this is how the commission on sale is going to be. We are going to pattern it in a 3 ways, so that with a range, a farmer can pay on a certain range, like the 5%. So those who will be getting goods worth from 100 cedis to 1,000 cedis on our app will pay a 5% to us. So this is our cash flow statement. So we expect to make profits and start operations in the 4th quarter. So this is the team members. We have Sechi Enoch, who is the business development lead, Emmanuel Keobentum, production development lead, Christina Mensah, the marketing lead, and myself, Ate Emmanuel, operation lead. Thank you.
Yes, looking at the competition, I see this as very easy to do. So I'm looking at what is the innovation? How difficult will it be for someone not to be able to replicate your solution?
Right. Okay, thank you. If I'm having the question correct, is it people making the same idea or?
Okay, so with software on it, they have technologies to cosmetics to everything, but our software is solely agri based. That's it has both crop and then it has animals too in addition. So our app is unique and it's different. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Please, both the buyers or the buyers and then the farmers, both and our end users.
So I was thinking that, okay, the farmer and then fine. But one thing we must also think about as we are trying to do these applications all the time, that we need to get aggregators
Yes.
in the middle of this.
Yes, please read.
But you didn't state that.
With our employment, our impact to society, we will have aggregators on each communities, as in each communities, whereby they will be giving us information about what's happening in that community. So if a farmer has abundance of cabbages or tomatoes, aggregators will tell us. And also when the farmers download and sign up onto our app, they are able to upload it. And then with that one, we know that there are spaces or places around here in Ghana that do not have internet. So they'll be using our aggregators, because aggregators will be coming there every time whenever they have those corporate meetings. They will be there. So whatever information that they want to relay to us, they'll give it to us and then we'll do it for them.
So I understand. So why don't you fix it somewhere? Because if you are going to the finals, I don't think people will be asking you this question. Let everything just be displayed so that we know that, like some place like Amenfi or wherever you went, if I want to buy cabbage in large quantities, or I'm a restaurant operator or a mall, I wouldn't just go because a farmer has signed on that I'm having cabbages. I should have value for money. Yes. So if I am going into this community of Amenfi, I should know that when I go, I'm going to get large quantities of vegetables or cassava or what I'm looking for. It's just not because 2 or 3 people have assigned that I'm having this, then I'll take a car all the way from Takrade to go to those areas. So you should be able, there is a gap. You should be able to know how this gap is going to be filled. So I won't take a car with fuel and everything, go there, and then I won't get the quantity that I'm looking for. So let those things come out. Then we know that you are making up for all the gaps. Thank you.
Okay, well done. Have you heard of farmers? They are doing almost the same thing. But what they do is they liaise with the farmers, okay? And explain the products that when you come to them, they will be able to get for you. And so if you run a restaurant and you use carrots and you want a particular type of carrot, and you go to their market, they have showcases. You see the types of carrots that they buy from their farmers, and you can order from them, then they get it for you. I think we had the same idea yesterday, and I said the same thing, that being an intermediary between the farmer and the consumer is always not the solution. Having the product at your end and promising or making the consumer see how promising it is and reliable it is to come to you and get the product is the solution. I don't know if you understand what I mean. And so the app is good, but leaving the app agile for people to manage the app or use the app is going to be very difficult. You understand what I mean? Okay. And so go back and come again. When it's about the farmer and the consumer, it's quite dicey.
Okay. Please, may I? Okay, please, as you said, we are not trying to be the intermediary between the farmer and then the end user. We are trying to get the end user and the farmer to be in touch with each other. We are only there so that they would see what the farmers have, so they can purchase them. And then about we keeping the vegetables, we have a warehouse over there, so that if the farmer doesn't have the capacity to keep it, we will keep it for them, and then the consumers would come for the vegetables, and then they would buy it off.
Okay. Okay. So why is our microphone down? Okay. So I think that if we're able to do this well, I think it should work. It depends on the model. Yesterday I talked about the Airbnb. It has worked in the accommodation sector. Okay, so you show your facility online, someone books it, pays for it, the money goes to Airbnb. Once the person come and stay in your facility, they release your portion and then they keep their commission. Okay, so but Ghana, I don't know. In that system, when you use it for food, like Madam said, maybe the person can indicate the capacity. Okay, maybe I can supply these bags of all of them should be online. You understand? So that the person would know whether I should travel all the way to north to come for. But assuming maybe you are in the north, you are doing guinea fowl, okay? How will such a person, do this on your app? So that if I'm here and I want live guinea fowl, I can get it.
Okay, so when the person is in the north and the person is wearing live guinea fowls, and then there's somebody here in the south, and the person wants to buy the live guinea fowls, the person that will place the order, that's the consumer. The person will just place the order. We have aggregators. So in the north, we would have a person that would be stationed there in the north that would take care of those staffs, as in those people who want to sell their life. So if the person orders it, our aggregator will just let us know that the live fowl is ready for transportation. And then if the person that wants to buy the live fowl wants to go there and go and pick it, fine, we can show the person the way to go and take. But if the person feels like, oh, I want to stay in the comfort of my home for the live uniform.
No, I'm asking you, you are the business owner, so how are you going to do that to bring my live guinea fowl to me here in Cape Coast?
We will bring it. We have a warehouse, so we will just bring it and then keep it at our place for the person to come and take it. So we will just transport it via car and then bring it.
Okay.
And then also with our app, you see the other app, somebody can come there and then do frontlet art on it. Our own, you can't do frontlet art on it because before you join the app or the system, we have what do you call it, communities that have certifications for farmers who have joined their union. So the farmers will bring their certificates and we will know that they're in the union and then they'll be able to join. So when you join and then you pay to our harvest wallet, you take the money, then we'll give the money to the farmer when we deduct our commission from it. That is how our app is going to be like.
Maybe my last issue, sorry. The commission, I don't know, why are you charging 5%? Because now Airbnb is 15%. Bookings.com they've changed from 15 to 18%. 5%, will it make you?
Yes, we are not doing.
Because I don't foresee people paying money to subscribe. That one doesn't work. Most of these apps, once you subscribe, is for free.
Our software is a free entry software. Anybody can join the software so long as you have your certificate.
Oh, by your revenue model, you stated.
Yes. Subscription will be in the long run when we have done everything and we feel like we want to improve it, as in customer experience, the feedbacks that we would get. Then we add the subscription to give them premium services.
Oh.
Yes, we give them premium services.
Sister, this one doesn't work that way. So
but
check.
With the
check. Check.
With the commission, let's say that
now, as for the commission, I know, but I think that is too low. 5%, maybe move to 10% or something.
We have ranges with the commission. If your item is ranging from 100 cedis to 500 cedis, it is 5% commission. From 1,000 cedis upwards, it is 10% commission. So it determines how frequent you use the app, then we will get our money, and then how much you be withdrawing from the app.
Okay.
Subject is the next team to present. Let's appreciate. We're not giving lunch. Lunch. Yes. The spirit is all down. Let's be on our feet. Let's be on our right. So you turn left, turn right, do that. Let's try small. The ideation team is getting things done so that they can begin with the next. Now we charging. Aho! 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 Appreciate. You can. What? subject. Subject, you have 6 minutes to present to us. You ready? Your time starts now. You're still watching us live on TV UCC. This is Agritech Challenge Classic 2023 Southwest Zonal. Today we had 20 teams presenting. Today we'll have 20 teams so presenting today. We teams that would be representing us in the national level competition. You're welcome. Kindly take note that these students are students from University of Cape Coast and Takoradi Technical University. On that note, Madam Claudia Benson from TTU, she has joined us. Good morning. Many thanks for making time to join us. Yeah, let's see you, Madam Benson. And of course, good morning to you, Dr. Karen Abeka Arthur. I saw her. She's here. Let's see you. Okay, I think she's behind. She's there at the back. Great. Thank you for coming. Mr. Anthony Ajay Kum, Programs Officer. Let's see you. Aho! His is not Ajay Kum. His is not Ajay Kum. His Ajay Kum. Beautiful day. And Madam Irene Na Kokoy is Program Officer. You see her. You've been fantastic behind the scenes. Madam Angelina Beidou is also the Principal Administrator at DHub University of Cape Coast. Let's appreciate her. Great. We can proceed. Subject, your time starts now.
Good morning. My name is Samuel Ado, and we are Subject Organic Papers. Subject Organic Papers are into production of quality, affordable, and chemical-free paper packages. And it's also highly biodegradable, which is from pineapple leaves and plantain seed stem. And these are our target users. Mr. Kwa, a 52-year-old farmer, cultivates over 150 acres of plantain farms. And Mr. Apienti is also a 45-year-old farmer who has 80 acres of pineapple farms. And restaurateurs in Cape Coast are also in need of affordable and quality contaminated free paper packages. And these are problems that we're going to solve. After harvest, almost 60% of plantain seed and pineapple biomass is left at waste. Impact on the environment as a result of excessive emission of greenhouse gases from the waste. And also restaurants in Central Region are in need of quality and also affordable paper packages. Customers also complain about contaminated food due to the use of chemicals by the paper company during their processing. The same high transportation and also delay in receiving the package. Our solutions are, we are using the waste pineapple leaves and the plantain seed stem to prepare or produce affordable quality and chemical-free paper boxes and bags for restaurants in Central Region, and also increasing revenue for the farmers by purchasing their raw materials by 20%. And this is how our processes are going to work. We are using the waste pineapple stem and then the waste plantain stem and the pineapple leaves combined and extract the fiber from them. And from the fiber, we will wash it and then dry it, either by dehydrator or by sun drying. And then we will convert it into fluffy pulp. And from there, we will obtain our cast, and then we will also do it the desired shapes per the needs of our customers. And these are our value propositions. Ours is quality, affordable, and safety because there is no chemicals in it. And we are impacting on smallholder farmers by increasing their revenue by 20% because we'll be purchasing their raw materials from them. And we are creating employment for the youth in Central Region by 1%, which is 1,000 and above. We will have part-time workers and full-time workers. And we also impact on our climate by reducing environmental pollution. And these are our competitors. Subject, we know we are not only those into this business. We have competitors, but for us, we are not shaking because we believe the quality of our product meets the same standard of our competitors. And ours is chemical free. So we are on top of our competitors. Ours is cycle. Our product, we use the waste to prepare our packages, but the rest, either recycling or they will cut big trees for their processes. And ours accessible. All you need to do is just call us within an hour time. You will get it rather than spending time and then transportation, go to Accra and get them. These are our collaborators. We'll be collaborating with Cosmo Innovation Center, DHTC, Ghana Enterprise Agency, Ghana Chef Associations, and also FDA and GSSE. And these are our market size. Our total market is that of our expectation in Ghana. And then our serviceable addressable market is that of Central Region and Western Region. And we are expecting our serviceable obtainable market from Central Region here. And these are go-to-market strategies. We will be using social advertisement, business conferences, exhibitions, fan fairs, partnership with business organizations. And during our market research tour, we went to many areas, and our customers, they ask about our methodology, how we process them. And when we did a sample to them, they have had trust in us. So they've asked us to provide them their interest and then quality packaging for them. And this is our value revenue model. You have a direct sales, and that will be depending on the sizes of the paper boxes. This is our roadmap. You have research, you conduct market research to see our product viable, and you also do prototype, creating our prototype to test the product functionality and also testing with target groups, and then we will launch our product and then we start selling them. And this is our team. My name is Samuel Ado. I'm the operations manager.
My name is Godfred Asani, marketing and communication lead.
I'm Blessing Kobna, human resource manager.
Jimaima Amu, financial manager.
Hello. Thank you very much for your presentation. It's good to see how you are using this banana seed stem and pineapple leaves. You say you put them together to make that. You said that you've given a sample during your this thing. So where is your sample? You said when you were speaking, you give a sample to.
Okay. When we went to the send about our fiber extraction, so they went and then bring the pseudo stem, and we did the fiber extraction to them. Unfortunately, we didn't.
Yeah. So please, the way you mention it, look as if you have done a prototype. Because when you were speaking, you said that when you give, that's why I was asking the question. You mix it, because if you are mixing the two, normally the presentations we've heard, we have one using plantain and one using. So if you have mixed the two and it worked, that makes it very innovative. But you portray that you had to give this, use the fiber to manufacture. So that's what I wanted to find out, how it works when you are mixing two different materials, because they have their own different. So if you have not done that, mix them and done that, then even though it's innovative, then you have to see how it will. Once it is able to, you are able to do that. It will also help. So the combinations are very, very, very important for us to see it will really work.
Okay, so can we go back to the competitors? When I look at the competitors, I think a group just left here, and then there's a lady in Takwa who is also into this. Have you visited her?
No, please.
If not, and Mending Papers. Okay, she's called Mending Papers. I think there's a lady, she's also using plantain. She's also using plantain to do these papers, the bags and everything. She's also doing that. So I think you should visit her. And then when I went to Google's right now, and I realized that there are lots of Ghanaians people who are doing this. But when you look at your competitors, I can see that a lot of them are foreign. Say we import them and blah, but there are lots of people doing the same thing. So I should think you should visit those people, and then so you are sure that when you are saying competitor analysis, accessibility, upscale, chemical free, what is the guarantee that these people, theirs is not chemical free? Do you have any chemical free?
Please, thank you. When we went to Nexin paper mills around Winneba to Kaswa Road, we saw that they use already used papers to manufacture the new one, where they said they use synthetic starches, which means they add chemicals to the starches for their production.
To the starch? The starch they use for the gluing. So that alone makes them have chemicals in the paper?
They said when they are milling it, they add the starches plus the water, which the water and the starches, they add chemicals to it for the milling.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that here it looks like we are comparing oranges with apples. Can we look at people who are doing this locally? So it will be easy for you to compare instead of comparing yourself to a very big organization. So let's try to monkeys play by size. You understand? So let's look for people who are locally doing this. Then we talk to them, we visit them, we find out how they are doing it, so that when we are doing the competitor analysis, we are very sure of what we are doing. I think it's a good thing, because the environment now is we are really having problems with our environment. The pollution, the plastics is a big issue, a very, very big issue, and this is going to fly if you do our homework very, very, very well. We shouldn't be that we are coming to present anything, but when you are doing something that somebody's already doing it, you must do your homework, you must do your research, do everything, so that when you come here to come and convince us, that we know that when we give you the money or when we ask you to go forward, you are going to produce something for us. But for now, you don't have any prototype, you don't have anything to show us. So even though it's a good idea, if you should show that what you are going to produce is going to have all these good, beautiful things that you are saying, chemical free, quality, accessibility, we don't have anything to show us. How do we say that it's going to fly? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
But I don't think that I don't know why the microphone technicians, can you help us? I don't know. I disagree. We have again taken someone who started something like this from. Are you from the University of Cape Coast here? Yes. That's 2019. Someone was also working at the chemistry department. You add chemicals. You haven't done it before. Is that not the case?
Yes, please. But always we want the starches we wanted to use.
Yes, but add chemicals, my brother. Yes. Yeah,
Thank you.
We know
Sir.
the raw material is the pseudo stem from plantain and all of.
Thank you, sir.
My other worry is that I don't know. Have you visited the paper company around Salt Pond?
Please,
Or you have no idea? You know, where are they?
close to Mansi. I think your left hand side.
You've heard of them.
Yes,
So
please.
I think that it's important to visit because they are just use some things as their raw materials to design their paper boxes and all of that. For most of the companies, that's where we use. So you can get to them so that you rather produce the cartons for instead of you now going into another. You understand? That will
Yes,
be very
please.
expensive for you because in that case you need the production of the paper and then the molding as well, which for me this $50,000 may not very very expensive. Last time I wanted to do some, the minimum they said I could do was 5,000, right? Yeah, so please think about it.
Thank you, sir.
Let me just add just thing. I think it's about what I said here about organic. It's still the same thing. If you say chemical free, even the plantain leaves, the pineapple leaves, and then the plantain stems you are going to use, how do you know whether the farmer sprayed it with pesticide or insecticide or something, or even weedicide? You cannot be sure. So if you can limited chemical, it's accepted. But if you say free like that, please, it's not true.
Thank you, ma.
I also want to add that you can also develop a strategy to reduce the chemicals. So once you do that, so when we say chemical free, we must see a strategy that you are using to ensure that. So it doesn't mean that you can't ensure chemical free, but if you convince us with a strategy and there's something to do, that one is also possible.
Right. Thank you. Do me. Thank you. Aho. Appreciate. Pine Watek. Pine Watek. Pine Watek. Appreciate. Great. This Agritech Challenge Classic 2023, and of course, you're watching us live on TV. Mr. Eric Bento, and of course, right. So much for with regard to our microphone. Yes, the moment I mentioned this. Thank you. Sound check for that service that you rendering. We do appreciate that.
Problem by exchanging the post-harvest losses that smallholder farmers do encounter and exchanging it with value to the farmers, and also providing the waste to and also providing the bromelain to the pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies, whilst eliminating the bad and harmful gases that is released into the environment. So this is how it's.
For how it works, we are going to source our raw materials from the local pineapple farmers, and such as Milani, and also fruit juice producing companies like Red Drop. So after these raw materials are sourced, we are going to break them down into smaller units. We will homogenize it in a suitable solvent, which is a buffer, in order to stabilize the enzyme. We will filter to get the filtrate. The filtrate will be centrifuged in order to obtain the crude extract of the enzyme. And after it, we'll undergo further purification through ultrafiltration to obtain the liquid form. And after we will pass it into a process of lyophilization to obtain the powdered product.
Okay. And this what we are promising to our customers. We provide them with flexibility, providing them the products anytime that demands tends to change. And also there's affordability and fast delivery as well. This business is going to help the pharmaceuticals and cosmetics from importing at high cost. It's also going to reduce the emission of harmful gases into the environment by 3%, and also economic growth of farmers by 5%. And I will say something is better than nothing. This our competitor analysis. We all produce the products in powdered form. There's quality, but we outweigh them when it comes to price. And our product is also locally made to boost the local industry, and there's easy accessibility as well. These are our collaborators: FDA, Cosmos Innovation Center, JSA, D-Hub, UCC, CSIR, Ghana Export Promotion Authority. So this is our go-to-market strategy. There's distribution to the pharmacies and cosmetics. There's also exports, low wholesale, and then there's also online, which will be doing social media marketing, online ordering and delivery, creating awareness through workshops, and then trade fairs and exhibition. This is our market research learning. So there's cheap and readily available pineapple waste. So there's high demand of bromelain in Ghana, and then bromelain is needed in the powdered form as well. So this is our revenue model. We'll be able to produce at 81.6, we'll sell at 100 cities, and there will be a profit margin of 18.4%. So this is our roadmap. We collaborate with farmers and suppliers of raw materials, and then we explore the investment opportunities, production of the bromelain. So this is my team.
My name is Prudence marketing lead.
My name is Richmond Dankwa, quality assurance lead.
And myself, Abdelmam Zakaria, business and logistics lead.
Yeah, thank you very much, team. I think it's ID, or even using the wastes, because I think the extraction is very important that we have, and your targeting pharmaceuticals and other things are very, very important. So I want to find out which part of the waste will contain, which part of the waste is product.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the question. For the extraction, it can be done from any parts of the pineapple, even the stem of the pineapple plant. You can extract the enzyme from it, but peels and crowns, which steps as from after consuming these pineapples.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'm not saying that it's not good. I'm saying that there is a good idea, and then the fact that you are targeting this pharmaceuticals and other people who need this is a good. So if you do cost-benefit analysis, and if you are even getting it from the fruit itself, and then you can also look at it, yeah, from that angle. But my issue is about were you able to contact
Okay, it can be also extracted from the juice, but the juice we obtain from the pineapple, but there will be competition because there are many fruit juice companies who also produce, and there are people in the country who like the juice to consume the juice at its raw state.
About the markets, were you able to talk to any of the pharmaceuticals and the other target markets, and they are willing to source your product?
Yes, sir. We're able to talk to New Global Pharmacy that is based in Accra, willing to get our product, and then we also talk to Gandal Cosmetics as well.
Right.
Yes, sir. Gandal Cosmetics.
Right. I think we've heard a lot about pineapple, but for me today, this is the most innovative project about pineapple that I've heard.
Thank you, sir.
Now, you stated something there, post-harvest losses. It will reduce post-harvest losses for farmers. Is that what is somewhere you stated it? These are products that have been used by somebody already. So the farmer has sold the product. Before you go to the company that you mentioned, Red Drop. They've already bought the pineapple from the farmer.
Yes.
So in your situation, the farmer doesn't come in. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This product that has been sold already, and Red Drop is the one that is doing the waste. You are going to the people who produce all these fruits, juice, and all that.
Yes.
So how are you going to reduce harvest losses?
So our here is not about the reducing the post-harvest losses. It's about the management of the post-harvest losses. Post-harvest losses, as we all know, it is inevitable, and the farmers do encounter it. But our concern here is rather than the farmers just losing it like that, we come in, we take it, then we peel it off, and inside the stem inside it can also be, the bromelain can be extracted from it. So we take it, and then instead of them just losing, like we exchange it with value to them at a very low rate.
Okay, so you are buying from the farmers as well?
Yes, so that they'll get something, at least something is better than nothing.
Okay. Then on another slide, there was something about flexibility. Yeah, it's gone.
Yes.
Your value proposition, the flexibility, you didn't explain it well.
So the flexibility, what we are looking at is most of our competitors, they stay outside the country. That is Silverline and then Formulator Shop, which is in Nigeria, and then the one other is in India. So since we are in the country, anytime, and we all know the business cycle as it goes up and down. So rather than them making ordering and then there could be delays on the way, whilst we are here, anytime there is increase in demand, we can readily be available to supply them with a product to be able to meet their customers' demand as well.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. I think it's very innovative. I will support this research. I want to find out how much bromelain will you get from the pews, from your maybe small research or whatever you've done.
So what we are looking at is for the extraction, you can be able to get 0.3, ranging from 0.3 to 0.5 grams from 100 gram of the waste. Ranging from 0.3 to 0.5 grams, depending on the variety of the pineapple. With the sugar loaf, high rates of bromelain inside the pineapple as compared to the MD2 type when we went to Milani. Yeah.
Oh, Milani doesn't produce bromelain.
I mean, varieties from them, and upon our research, we realized that more of the bromelain is in the sugar loaf type, rather more than as compared to the MD2.
So if you look at maybe the core, the crown, the peels, which one do you think will have more of your bromelain?
So in rating them, the stem is more as compared to all the other parts of the pineapple.
The core.
Yes, inside the pineapple.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Because of time, maybe I'll end here.
Okay.
Are you around here? Sorry. Or you are in Takrady?
I'm in Tamale, and my two they are in Cape Coast.
You are in Tamale.
Yes, sir.
Tamale, they don't produce pineapple. Okay. So maybe after here you can talk to her because I do generate a lot of pineapple peels.
Okay, sir.
I dry pineapple and then I also do pineapple juice.
It's our pleasure, sir. We'll
Yes.
talk to you.
So
Thank you.
can to me.
Aho! You're surprised. Prof is into pineapple production, maize production. I appreciate. Next team to present, ladies and gentlemen, Rojoham Agrotech. Aho! Remember that these are teams being hosted by Takrady Technical University and University of Cape Coast. And of course, it is the Agritech Challenge Classic 2023 coming to you live from the School of Graduate Studies Auditorium of University of Cape Coast. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe to our channel. Now, hit on the notification icon. It will take you about 2 seconds to do that. And share the content. There's someone who is interested in this. Let the world get to know what we're doing here this morning. So ready to present to us is Rojoham Agrotech. Aho! Aho! You have 6 minutes. Your time starts now.
Good morning, judges, ladies and gentlemen. Mensa Prince Kweku is my name, and I'm here on behalf of my team, Rojoham. Rojoham, we innovate, transform, and serve better. Do you know that 30% of tomato are being got rotten when it is freshly harvested from the farm? During our first market research tour, which KIC organized, we went to Benso, and we had an encounter with the tomato farmers, and we got to know that many were complaining of inability of preserving the tomato when freshly harvested from the farm. So I and my team came on board to have an idea of processing the fresh tomatoes from the farm, which we will process it as powdered form. So our target personas are restaurants, malls, food joint employees, and households. So the problem is the inability of preserving the the freshly tomato harvested when it is from the farm. So our problem is, our solution is, we are processing the fresh tomatoes into powdered form. So one may ask how it works. First, you just get your fresh tomatoes, you wash it and slice it. Second, you dehydrate it 8 to 14 hours depending on the manufacturer's instructions. So thirdly, you grind it, then you package it into 1,000 grams, 800 grams, and 500 grams with a fine labeled package. So these are our blended tomatoes. So our impact is, it does not contain any chemicals. It boosts the immune system, and it helps boost the immune system. That's vitamin A, and it helps to protect the eye too. So our competitor analysis are Regional Agritech, Butterfood. Unfortunately, all they are in Ghana here. Some are in China and some are in Spain. And of ours, it is low cost and it is no additive and it is naturally made, and all are imported. So our collaborators are Food and Drug Board Authority, GSA, GEA, GKV Foods, Tvucc Technical University, and tomato farmers. So our market size is this from Transparency Market Research and our serviceable markets. Go to strategies at tertiary institutions, influencers, sole proprietorships, supermarket, malls, and social media. So our market research learnings, more than 80% of people are willing to use our products. And many tomato farmers have not heard of tomato powder before. And many people were excited for us for bringing this idea on board. And we got to know the 4 P's in marketing structure. That's the place, the product, the promotion, and the price. My sister will continue from here.
Revenue model, is the price is 25 cedis and the cost is 20 cedis. The profit margin is 25 cedis, and 500 grams of tomato powder will be awarded to a customer who will be able to purchase 120,000 grams of tomato. This is our financial projection. The receivable funds for Q4 is 404. This is our total and our cash outflow. This I'll go to a roadmap. The market in first quarter, that's 2014, we embarked on the market research tour, and we will collaborate with the suppliers, which are the farmers. 2024, that's our first quarter. We establish relationship with the tomato farmers and ensure good quality harvested tomatoes. We will be launching our products. We will get machines from the engineers. We partner with the customers, the consumers, and also the farmers. We will strengthen our existing distribution channel by collaborating with retailers and with wholesalers, and we explore potential investment opportunities and strategic partnership to support business expansion. These are our team: Robert Azunu, which is the implementer; Prince Mesa, the starter; Mariam Pof, the marketer; and I am Saliu Habiba, the dreamer. Thank you.
Very much, team. Excited when we want to control post-harvest loss. But my little issue about the tomato itself, then the quantities that you are going to get. Now you know that most of our tomatoes are rather imported. So I'm not saying that we don't have post-harvest losses there, but the quantities we are able to produce is very, very. That's why we import from Burkina and other places. So we need to be sure of the production, major source of production. Where you did your research, they don't do much tomatoes there. You said you visited
Edum Banso.
Benso or
Edum Banso.
Okay. So I had Benso, so that's why I was. So that is one issue, and then when you go to the pricing, because I think last 2 days I bought 1 kg of, when you go to the university farm, they sell tomatoes by the pack. The 1 kg of tomato was 20 cedis. Fresh tomato. So now, how much is your price in 25 cedis of your powder?
That's the prototype that we did. We couldn't weigh, but when we weighed for fresh, so 1 kilogram of fresh tomato will give us about 50 to 55 powder.
An issue. So if your pricing is 500 grams is half, it's going to be 25. And then if you are buying fresh tomatoes now, it's very, very expensive.
Yes.
So the idea is very good in terms of processing. And now we see how the tin tomatoes and other things, and you see the production, people add a lot of starch and other things. So when you have an idea of extracting something like this, very good. But the issue is about the source of raw material and the costing. Because tomato is very, very expensive if you are buying the fresh ones. So if you are buying 1 kg for 20 cedis, and it's one of the cheapest when it comes to even capos. Where you go outside, you are going to get them at 25 or 30 cedis. And extracting this and now selling it as such will have an issue. So if you are able to get an assurance of supply, city supply of the tomatoes, raw materials, then that will be a good project.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I am very much interested in this because my PhD work was on drying of tomatoes. But yes, and I did this research for a company in China. But you see, one major problem, okay, is that tomatoes contains about 95% water. And that is why when you dried 1 kg, you had about what? 1 kg is 1,000 grams.
Yes, please.
5% of 1,000 grams is about 50 grams. Okay, so if you're able to even bone dry, and it's a problem, you understand, because not many people want to buy that for that price. And so that's how come most tomato paste that we will be consuming in Ghana contains about 20% tomato. Okay, and that's why we recommended to FDA. Now they have changed that to tomato mist. 20%. So the rest is something else. You understand? That is the reality. So I don't know. Yes, it's a good product, but who would buy this? You understand? Unless we're able to at least convince people to be able to use this product. So think about that. I don't want you to answer, okay? Because this is a research I've been doing for 3 years. Don't answer. My other issue is the color. Clearly, I know that you didn't use good temperature, good cabinet dryer to dry
Yes,
this.
sir.
You did it.
You don't have the material, so you use the standards, the manual. I want to know.
Yes,
if
this
it
one
can
will
be done.
have high levels of microbial load.
Yes, please.
This one is not
If
like
we were to do it, maybe with the machines, the microbia won't be there. Because we use the
Yes.
sun. We rely on the sun with particles, sand, and everything.
Who are you going to sell this product to?
Pardon?
This is your product.
Mm.
Who are you targeting?
The restaurants, malls, everybody. Because everybody eats tomato. Everybody.
And we are targeting the healthier people, like our grandmothers. We know they don't like that Maggi and some other additives, but ours it is made naturally. So we are targeting the households. So we go to the households too, and organized institutions.
Okay, so maybe later on you can talk to me. I will show you some other facilities.
Okay,
that you
please.
can, yeah.
Well done. I also think it's a very good innovation. But as a woman, you know, our problem right now is not with the powdered and then the paste. We want the plump, the tomato itself for soups when tomato is out of market. And so this is not a question, it's just a suggestion. And so I think you should think about how you can get us canned plum tomatoes. Just either is peel off, you just take off the peel, and then we can get our round tomatoes in the can for our soups. I think it works better for us because we already have the paste and we are hearing of the powder, which are for stews and all that. If we can get the plum for soups, it will work. So you can add it to it. It would also help the farmer. You know, if they harvest and you can buy a large quantity of the harvest and then get us our plum tomatoes even when it's out of season, I think it will work better. Thank you.
I think that we need to actually begin to, start developing taste for dried products. Okay, if I can use the powder for soup, you can use for soup.
Yes,
You don't need to. Oh, you don't need to. Yes, you can use for soup. All that you need to do is just add some water.
yes,
and
sir, please. We went to
Yes, it's
during,
because.
during our market research. We went to Winneba, and we went with the. Everyone was testing it. So like they were adding water. They just add water and see if they get the paste.
Listen to her. That means it's a need, so that I begin to show people how they can use the powdered that for other.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Rojoham Agrotech. Women want to see the tomato ball in the can, not paste. Now it's tomato mix. We also love it. Tomato soup, lye soup. And you better. Aho, aho. Appreciate. Asempa Foods, next team to present. Asempa Foods. Food. Asempa Foods ready to present to us. 6 minutes to present your idea.
Thank you. I'm Prislana Anabaini, presenting on behalf of Asempa Food. Meet Auntie Emily Brown, a 29 years old, a widow with 2 children. She is now experiencing low productivity due to the high cost of food. Meet Ajwa, 45 years old farmer with 3 children, has a blind husband, and gains low revenue from her cocoa farm. We have realized that cocoa farmers, after their extraction cocoa beans, leaves their pots in the farm, or some of them even disposes of where it's not supposed to dispose it. They are not supposed to dispose it. Even when they leave it in the farm, these things decompose and invite flies and other insects into their farm. The decomposition of the cocoa husk also brings about fungi, which cause cocoa pods to have a disease known as the cocoa blood pot. In 2022, April 20th, Sitting Room News broadcasted that the high cost of flour, sugar, margarine is pushing the price of breads to go up. This is where Asempa Food comes in. Asempa Food has realized that bakers are now depending only on the wheat flour, but our cocoa pods can be used to provide affordable wheat, which is very nutritious. This is the solution Asempa Food is coming with. We are going to provide our bakers with very accessible, good quality, and high nutritious cocoa flour. This is how we are going to come about our flour. We are going to collect the pods and husks from the farmers. We are going to wash it thoroughly and remove all dirt from it. We are going to cut this into sizable parts, dry them using the oven, grind them, roast them before we grind them, sieve them to get the fine texture, and package them nicely. Asempa Food is going to give our bakers, such as Emilia, an affordable flour with good quality, which she's going to get it at any time she needs them, and with a high nutrition. We are going to impart the cocoa farmer with about 10% increments in her revenue. We are going to create jobs directly and indirectly. We are also going to provide the baker, such as Emilia, with an affordable flour as a substitute for his wheat flour. We are not the only people in the production of flour. We know we have other competitors, but Asempa Food is looking at providing affordable, accessible, good quality, and high nutritious flour to our consumers. We are going to do this in partnership with Cosmos. These are our partners and our collaborators. The market size, we have about 1.5 million bakers in Africa alone, 50,000 bakers in Ghana, and 50,000 bakers in Ghana. Asempa Food is looking at getting about 7% of this population, which is about 3,125 bakers in Central Region. This is our go-to-market strategy. We are going to use the social media such as Facebook, YouTube. We are also going to use influencers that is to help us advertise our products. We are going to use direct channel. We are going to also do direct selling to bakers. We are going to also do outreach. Our market research finding, upon going for our market research, we found out that our customers were so much concerned about the taste of our flour. They were also considerate about the quality of our product, and also looking at us getting the customers to request for our flour in the production of their bread. Our revenue model, we are thinking of selling the 50 kg of our flour for $52, which is equivalent to 592 Ghana cedi. Our cost is going to be $44. Our profit margin is about 18.2% of it. Our roadmap, we are currently done with our research, market research, and by the fourth quarter, we are thinking of doing our scaling and expansion of operation nationwide. Meet my team. Edward as our marketing and sales lead, Berkis Ibrahim, our communication lead, Kelvin Eje, our financial lead, who is currently not here, and myself, Prisla Bindi, the human resource lead.
Thank you, Prisla, for your presentation. How many bags are you going to produce in a month to make sure you are able to meet your operational cost?
Okay, a day. So in a month, it's going to be 15,000 bags in a month. Okay, 50 kg in a month.
Yeah, so you're going to buy the cocoa beans.
Please, with the cocoa beans, you are not buying the beans. We are going to buy the cocoa pulp. That's the husks from the cocoa farmer.
So is the husk that you are using to produce the...
Yes, please.
as a substitute for what?
Wheat flour.
Yeah, so do you have a prototype? Have you
Please.
tried that before?
Currently, we are doing the drying of the husks.
Yeah, so I mean, that is what I'm interested. How the husk can substitute. I mean, in terms of the substitute
Please.
for wheat.
It has been tried, and in Germany, it is currently going on.
Okay, so I think when you mentioned that, when you explained it to the farmers, they were happy. I thought maybe you have done something and making it so that it's become edible for us. Once it is done and it's very edible, then it means that it will be a very good, substitute. But I wanted to look at how feasible it is, and so I don't know. Husk, which is husk pulp. Are you talking about the? I mean, can you show me exactly what you see? Because you mentioned husk. I also heard of pulp. So what exactly? What exactly are you using? Is it the husk or the pulp? That is the white.
We are going to be mixing both the husks and the pulp.
So yeah, so just look at the edible nature, of this, because we spray a lot of, because the issue about even our cocoa is the kind of insecticide we use. So if we are going to use a direct husk, then look at the how it's going to be less chemicals, so that we are able, if you are able to eat that, then it will be a good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, this is just an advice. Please use the terms correctly.
Okay.
We have the bean, the mucilin, that's the white thing. Inside is placenta, and then the yellow, whatever you are seeing, orange, or is pod, right? So yours is a pod and the placenta.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Just for you to. So, how much? Okay, you're going to develop the flour and recommend to the bakery industry, right? How much should they add to a given quantity of hard flour?
Please, we didn't get you.
How much of this flour will you recommend? Because every product will come with some instruction. How much?
How much of our flour would they add to the wheat flour? Would we recommend for them to add to the wheat flour in the production of the bread? Please, we are actually not for them to make with for the wheat flour. So actually, the baker will not add the wheat flour to the cocoa flour, because the cocoa flour actually contains fiber, which will help in the digestion of the person eating it. And we are also looking at the nutritious content. And the reason why the adults are not eating the bread, as in they are so concerned about their digestive system, because it has been noticed that as they eat it more.
Okay. So this is about the nutritional aspect. But you remember yesterday, if you were here, we talked about some biscuits, bread. Biscuit, yes, we agreed that maybe 100%. But bread, you need the rising of the dough is an important factor where you need a gluten for it. Yes, right?
Yes, please.
So is it going to be you said substitution or partial substitution?
Yeah, it's substituting the wheat
But,
flour for
but
the
what are your background? I think nobody has a background in food science, I guess. Right? It's not possible. It's not possible. I've done some work on even using 100% yam, 100% cassava. Yes, yes, yes. I do product development. Yes, and yes, I have an MPhil student who is working on the placenta for flour. Yes, that's why. But it's not possible unless you deal with partial. Okay, even partial with cassava flour for bread. The maximum we have gone is about 30%. In Nigeria, is a policy. They use 20%. It's a must that you have to use 20% of cassava flour in there. But for bread, you can't. You can only do partial substitution.
So quickly, I think this is also a good idea, but there are a few things that you need to look at. You said you'll be producing 50,000 bucks a month. You said you'll be producing 50,000 bucks.
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to your slide where it shows 15,000. Yeah, but you asked him a question and he said you'll be producing 50,000. Now you say 15,000.
It's 15,000, but you need 15.
15. So, what is your input capacity before you get a 15,000?
Okay, we are assuming that after combining combining the electricity, the raw material, and then stuff, we divided it by the amount that we want to produce it at a day, and we are expecting to produce 500 bags of 50 kg a day.
500.
Yes.
Okay. 500 bags. And what I'm asking, what your input capacity will be. You are bringing some raw material.
Yes, sir.
The cocoa pod that you are talking about.
Yes, sir.
How many tons do you to produce, 500 bags a day?
So please, looking at the cocoa pot, we checked about the weight and that the pod itself, with its weight, the water in it weighs about 292 grams. So if we dry it, we got to know that if we dry it, we are going to get about 240 grams. So we calculated it in kg, and if we are to grind it, we are going to get about 200 grams per pod. So for 1 kg, we are going to use 5 cocoa pods, an average cocoa pod. So to get the 50, and we are going to 50 times the 5, giving us 250 cocoa pods, giving us 5 kg, 50 kg.
When you bring 250 cocoa
pods. Yes,
what you're
please.
saying?
Yes, please.
Maybe, and then what machine are you going to use to do?
For the machines, we are up on our MRT. We spoke to Gratex, and then we gave them a size of oven we want and at the temperature. And they told us that for it not to get moist and then ferment, we need to look at a temperature within 20 to 70 to 60 degrees. Using the sun. Not done more research into that.
Then you will not be able to do 15,000 thing. So you have to look at the scale that you are going to work now if you don't have the machines.
Okay, sir.
What you mentioned before, if you want to set up, I don't know whether 10 times even the money they will give you will be able to set up that kind of, if you are doing 15,000 bucks. So you need to check. If you think it's starting and you want to bring the thing down, you reduce it from the start. If only that will be able to serve your purpose.
Okay, sir.
You understand?
Yes,
So,
please.
but don't just mention figures, thinking that we will not. All this matters, and it's not you alone. Must mention figures that are real. That's it.
Thank you.
Aho. I thought Asampa Foods will give us a short interlude with Asampa. Go for it. Oh. Green Innovators. Next team to present. Green Innovators. But before we take our break, the Asampa Foods will give us some short interlude. That song we would want to hear from you. We would have to at least. All work and no play, they say, you know what I'm talking about. Asam Mate. You know, during the swearing in of our president, that was a song that he used. So maybe after singing that song, it will fetch you something. This is Agritech Challenge Classic 2023 Southwest ZONAL pitch. Next to pitch to us is the Green Innovators. You ready? You have 6 minutes. Your time starts now.
Good morning once again. My name is Prince Mauko Jokwe and I'm representing Green Innovators. With Green Innovators, we seek to use waste to reduce waste. That is, if you date back to June 3rd, 2015, some disaster happened in Accra, and we all know about it. About 150 Ghanaians died and some property were lost just due to this thing, plastics. Our drainage systems were blocked by these things and it affected us a lot. So when we move forward, we realize that there is a farmer who is based in Atembua and he is a cassava farmer. This cassava farmer often cries of not having enough revenue from his farm produce. And we Green Innovators found this fascinating, that the lack of viable markets for cassava peels restricts farmers' income potential and hinders the development of sustainable agriculture practices. And this is a problem at hand. Ways to reduce waste. We are proposing that we put an eco-friendly biodegradable packaging items produced from cassava peels and other agricultural products. This is how it works. First, we go and collect and prepare our cassavas. We undertake it through depolymerization of the peels. We do some synthesis of PLA. We pass it through bioplastic, the product manufacturing, and we deliver it to our customers. It is environmental friendly. It is cost effective. It serves as a fertilizer, and also we are using agriculture waste. The impact is that it helps us to reduce environmental impact by using the renewable plant waste instead of fossil fuels. It also improves sustainability. It also helps to improve the livelihood of farmers. It creates jobs, or we are going to create jobs. Okay, so we checked the market and we realized that there are some competitors in the market. For example, Eco Products in Ghana, but they really import their bio packages. And we also saw that there's bioplastics in Ghana. But we, Green Innovators, we have product varieties, a lot of product line. We also want to use the internet to do our products, branding and everything. So we have a high brand awareness, more raw materials at hand, and also we are based in Ghana. We are going to collaborate and partner with some people or organizations such as the Tvucc Technical Universities, Cosmos Innovation Center, Ghana Standards Authority, Gari Processors, Environmental Protection Agency, and we check out the market size of the packaging industry globally. It is about 1.1 trillion currently, and 0. Markets, and we are targeting Ghanaian market, which is $5 million. Our go-to-market strategy is simple. First, we use digital marketing or online marketing, direct sales, and partnerships. We focus on businesses about the benefits of the bio. I focus on educating businesses about benefits them to find the right solution for their needs. Launch the bioplastics materials in Ghana in 3 phases by targeting early adopters, expanding the sales, and also finally launching a marketing campaign nationwide. We went on a market tour, a research tour, and we realized that most Gari processors, as we know, are cassava farmers. The cassava peels that they produce in the Gari processing factories as waste, most of the starch produced is not used effectively. And also the Gari processors are willing to store and sell their cassava peels to us. Okay, we did a couple of assumptions, but we were prompted by a professional on the field who used to buy sachet water. Since we are going to use sachet waters for our assumption, we realized that the sachet waters is sold at 30 pieces for 2 Ghana cedis, and also we are going to make our own assumption to sell this sachet water for 3 pieces at 20 cedis in the market, which is competitive for requiring that the others sell it for 22 Ghana cedis. This is our financial model, our financial projection, and we are going to build our P with the 4,000 Ghana cedis we are expecting to get when we proceed. Go on. And during the fourth quarter of this 2023, we are planning on trying to use a manual technique to produce our prototype, and the first quarter of 2024 refine this prototype and go to the market to search about this and how people will accept it, or the companies will accept it. And the second quarter of 2024, the company will expand its sales and effort to other companies. And the third quarter of 2024, we are trying to capture the Ghanaian plastic market. Me, the team, I talking PM Jokwe, Prince Mauko Jokwe.
In the market.
Precious Ode, administrative leave.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You see, now the ideation team is even lost. We are lost. So, but let me find out. I think from the onset, we thought that you're going to maybe upcycle the plastic waste until you came in with providing alternative. That is a
degradable
so
plastics.
bioplastic.
Yes.
Is that the case?
Yes.
Okay, so that is wonderful. I mean, new researches are ongoing, but I want to find out. So, which aspect? Okay, by that I mean which composition of the waste that you want to use for your bioplastic.
Okay, so
you know bioplastic mainly come from 5 main sources.
Yes.
The proteins, the cellulose, the starch, and all that. Which aspect are you going to use for?
Okay, we are going to extract the starch.
Starch.
From the cassava peas.
From the pews?
Yes, please.
My brother, it's like, are you sure you know what you're talking about?
Yes.
Have you tried something that we can see?
Okay, we want to try something after a year. We are on the process of doing it, but we couldn't complete it.
Oh, this has been ongoing for how long?
Okay, we recently went for the market research tour, and we changed our idea to channel it to the production of the bioplastics. So we are on the production of the prototype.
Hello.
Go where you have your unit. There's something.
Unit
where you have your unit revenue model. Plastic film. Plastic film. Okay, 2 cedis per kilogram. Okay, and you said the plastic water, how much?
Sachet water bag. So 30 pieces is 2 cedis. Yes.
2 cedis. Selling that.
Okay, so as we said, there was a little slight mistake in this one that we projected. We wanted to really change it, but we are not given the opportunity to do that.
How long have you been on this?
You said?
How long have you been on this?
Okay, we have been working on it for about a month now.
Oh, okay. And you want to change whilst you're on the stage?
No. We propose of changing it by changing the slides, not this. The slide, there was a mistake in the one we submitted.
Okay.
you for your presentation. I just want to talk about the slice quality and the combinations of the colors. Some of them in terms of green, it makes it very difficult to sometimes get. Some of them are good, but where you mix the green and the white, so sometimes try as much as possible to have contrast and other things that can pass through. Improve upon the slice.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh. When you green innovators, how do you team is, and we're doing this to keep our people who are watching us company. Now, let's see. He said, color what?
Points.
Which of them is a response?
The response is a cycle, but that one is a killer point that we introduced.
He said that is a killer point. But you the killer point.
Okay, we were thinking about what you are trying to produce, and we taking waste and trying to reduce the amount of plastic waste in the nation is what you realize that we are trying to use waste to reduce waste.
At home, do you go to refuse down?
Not really, but I've seen gutters around Ifiekuma that is not well at all.
He just mentioned Ifiekuma. Maybe he would give us a line or two of the Ifiekuma love. Do you know that song?
No.
Oh. Haven't you heard that song? Ifiekuma love. Keneta song. Please alert me when the ideation team is ready so that we proceed. We just want to keep our people who are watching us company. Who will help us with that? You rap.
Okay, if you come on. I don't really know this one.
But which of the Kenyatta songs how to sing? You come from Ifiekuma? You stay around. I'm from Takrade. Oh, okay. Yeah, Fantin to chill. You know that song. Anything from Takrade.
Rade, man, hey.
Before he says the killer point, let's appreciate. Aho! Right, next to present is Kube Fet. Kube Fet. Let's welcome them. Kube Fet. Right, we're waiting for Kubefet. But remember, especially those who just joined us online, this is Agritech Challenge Classic 2023 Southwest Zonal pitch. And we are transmitting live from the School of Graduate Studies Auditorium of University of Cape Coast. Remember, this is TV UCC. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please, this is the time. Subscribe to our channel, hit on the notification icon, and share this content for the world to get to know what Cosmos Innovation Center, in collaboration with MasterCard Foundation, is doing on the land of University of Cape Coast today. The next team is Kubefet, and of course, they're ready to present to us. 6 minutes. Please draw closer to us. Come to this. You have 6 minutes, please. Your time starts now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kadmela JT, and together we are Kubefet. Kubefet. So Kubefet is basically into the business of converting waste organic materials into suitable planting substrate. So now, this is Isaac. Isaac is actually an agronomist at the Ojasi Greenhouse Village. Isaac complains of two key important things to most greenhouse farmers. Number one, he complains that he has to spend high amount of money to purchase fertilizer for his planting. As a matter of fact, they spend about 60% of their production cost just on purchase of fertilizers. As if that was not enough, it is difficult for Isaac to obtain his substrate within the Ghanaian market. In fact, he has to import his substrate from outside, which is more expensive, and he also has to pay duty tax as well. Therefore, the problem statement becomes very clear. Number one, there is low quality substrates within the Ghanaian market. And then number two, greenhouse farmers spend high amount of money just on the purchase of fertilizer for the cultivation of their crops. That is where Kubefet comes in with a solution by providing a dual purpose substrate that has the ability to serve as a planting medium and also a fertilizer by using coconut waste as its primary source and also food waste for the fertilizer preparation. How does our product do it? We go outsourcing for this product from people who sell coconut along the beaches. Then we go as we source for this product, we mill them, we wash them, we dry them, we incorporate our specially made fertilizer. The next thing we do is that we package them into 5 kilogram bags. Then the greenhouse farmers can actually purchase it for their production cycle, or they can use it in growth bags. Our value proposition. As a matter of fact, you can see from down there, number one, our product is highly efficient. You can see from the image at the base, those are tomato seedlings. They actually began to sprout after 3 days of just using our substrate. We also provide cost-effective fertilizer in the sense that, it saves the greenhouse farmer by up to 30% of the amount of money they should originally use on the purchase of just fertilizers. And also, our product is user-friendly. In fact, most of you can use our product without necessarily having all the agronomical expertise to cultivate your crops. Our impact, we are increasing the yield of smallholder farmers by up to 40%. In fact, research has indicated that the use of cocoa peat in planting substrate increases the fruit yield of crops by up to 40%. We are creating jobs also for people within the local communities, including the coconut sellers and also the people who plant the smallholder coconut farmers as well. Isn't this wonderful? It's wonderful. Thank you very much. We are also looking at reducing coconut waste by up to 15 tons per week, which is also very important to us. Since Ghana produced about 30,000 tons of coconut waste just per annum. Now, we are aware there are not only people in the market, there are other strong competitors within the Ghanaian space, like Fiber World, Kemo Cocoa Peat, and Insuraba Fiber. Nonetheless, Kubefet beat them in terms of fertilizer incorporation and EC and pH levels. I can see most of you are wondering what EC and pH levels are. In fact, EC refers to the amount of salt that is within the substrate. You all know about osmosis and diffusion. If there's more salt within the substrate, salt water will move from the plant into the substrate, which will cause the plant to wilt. At the end of the day, you are going to lose your revenue. Thank you very much. The next thing we're also trying to look out for is the partners. We are partnered by Design Thinking Hub, the Cosmos Innovation Center, Coconut Sellers Association, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, since they are going to help us to make this vision a reality. Now, the cocoa peat industry, according to the Transparency Market Research, is worth about $2.48 billion. The Ghanaian space is about $19.3 million. We at Kubefet are targeting just 1 million of this percentage. Now also, according to research by Trade Economics, Ghana imports about 173 million fertilizer per annum as of 2019. Kubefet is targeting just 4.6% of this market, which amounts to $8 million. Now, our go-to-market strategy. target market is obviously the greenhouse farmers. We are looking at using channels like Facebook, YouTube, X, and the like, because most greenhouse farmers are aware. They use technology and are aware of the social media. We're also looking at how we are pricing our product at very affordable money. We are looking at reliable supply, demonstrating our product on the local market for people to be able to adopt this new technology. Now, upon our market research, we realized that kilogram of cocoa peat is sold at 30 Ghana cedis, and 25 kilograms is sold at 50 Ghana cedis. The waste per ton just within the Cape Coast metropolis is 3 tons per day. And also, the amount of fertilizer spent by farmers or greenhouse farmers amount to 60% of their production cost. The size per ton of greenhouses within the Ghanaian space averagely is 480 square meters. Our revenue model. We are producing one 5 kg bag of cocoa peat at 10 Ghana cedis, and we are selling at 5 Ghana cedis. Our profit margin of 5 Ghana cedis. We are looking at giving 2% off for referral 2% off on commission for referral basis as well. Now, our roadmap. Within October, November, and December, we are looking at product testing, reaching out to potential customers who can actually purchase our product, validate our product, and certify and brand our product as well. Within the early quarter of next year, we are looking at full product launch, publicity, and customer acquisition. Within the month of April, we are looking at traceability tests, and within the month of June, we are looking at impact measurement as well. Our team, I cannot do this all by myself. I am the research and development lead. My sister over here is Philomena Makuna. She is the finance lead with 2 years expertise in bookkeeping and finance. We are looking at my brother over here, Godfred, who also has 2 years in data science and graphic design. And my brother over here, who is our operations lead, he has 1 year experience in green farming. Thank you very much. Kubefet. Thank you.
Marketing lead, financial lead, operations. Okay, I see. When the team is done, we would also ask our questions. Please, let's hear you, Ideation team.
Hello. Hello. Kube first. Okay, thank you so much. And I like your fighting spirit. I think last year you were part of the team, but why have you changed your team members?
Okay, last year, the team I was with actually found themselves outside, and we were all scattered and separated. And I think at a point, some of them lost interest in the vision. So I had to find a new team who were also willing to come on board. And then we also had to tweak the idea, and they were all in agreement. That's how far we came this far. Thank you.
Okay. Now, back to my issues. So you're going to use this as growth media and then fertilizer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Growth media, maybe yes. But the fertilizer aspect, I didn't get it quite well. Because fertilizer is supposed to supply nutrient, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the key nutrients in this cocoa peat?
All right, so the growth medium by default has some trace elements of nitrogen, carbon, and the rest, the basic sufficient nutrient to supply or support the plant growth within the seedling stages. However, as the plant progresses into its maturity stage or during the transplanting that greenhouse farmers do, they actually have to add on fertilizers like the NPK, the MAPK, and the rest in order to help the plant to grow. So in order to get these things ready or to supply these things for the plant, you are looking at going for organic waste, including food waste from restaurants, fruit branches, and the rest, to mill them and then process them into viable nutrients, and then, viable substrate, fertilizer to incorporate into the substrate. Yes, sir.
So that's what you intend to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The other issue with this cocoa peat is the high amount of sodium ions. How do you intend, reducing that?
All right, so like I stated earlier during the presentation, the EC levels, which actually is as a result of the sodium ions and potassium ions that are within the substrate, we will have to wash them. And in the washing, we have actually developed a new style or a cost-effective method, so that when we are washing, we will not necessarily use so much amount of water. And that's why that's why we are beating our competitor on those bases, because their competitors actually go in for some kind of some kind of coconut. We are not necessarily taking into consideration whether they are wet or they are dry, and then they just do the milling, and then they just straightforward, they have to back off, so that it will be the responsibility of the agronomist. Okay, so by default, the washing is not supposed to be done by a good agronomist for the user. The user, who is the agronomist, who is going to buy it, is supposed to be aware that he's supposed to do the washing before he uses it. But we are taking care of all this to make life easier for the user. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Spencer, 1 year experience in greenhouse farming, have you piloted this substrate, and what was the effect?
Yes, please.
What was the result?
It's germinated in 3 days, as it's in the slide.
Okay, so that one is just for the nursery, for the germination. It came in 3 days, but you are saying that you're going to serve a dual purpose of the nursery and then after transplanting. So have you also done some work on that?
Yeah, okay. So the whole cycle is about 4 months. It takes about 4 months for the whole thing to grow to the latter stage. Actually, we actually started with the nursery first to be very sure, because we have to begin from somewhere. And the nursery actually did very well. We have done 2 trials and they were all successful. We are actually looking forward to now start incorporating the fertilizer, so that we can see how long it will span out, and also possibly go to the greenhouses within campus, so that they do the trials also on themselves to see how feasible it is for them and their willingness to purchase, even though we have about 107 people out of 150 people saying that they are willing to purchase the product.
Yes, so one thing I know is that when it comes to germination with cocoa pits, everywhere you go, it germinates. But the other aspect is what we are interested in. All the cocoa pits in the market, they are good for the germination stage. So the other side of it is what we are interested to see how you come out with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any intention of going international if you have the opportunity?
Yes, ma'am. We actually aiming high.
Yeah, aiming high. Okay, that's good. So as you go forward, this is just an advice. You should think of rebranding. So if you want to go international, there are certain things like for Kubedria, it's good if it's locally, because we all know. But if you want to go international, so when it is time for you to go, then you think about rebranding for Kubedria, which is good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's perfect for Ghana here. But if you are going forward, it's difficult for them to mention that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
My brother, sorry, maybe because of time, but because I am just surprised and disappointed because last year you were part, and the whole year is gone. I'm expecting that all of these things should have been done so that you have an advantage over a new entrant. But you haven't tested this even with, say, lettuce. You are telling me you are just at the nursery stage. It's not good enough. My
Yes,
brother.
Yes, sir.
How much does it take to process, let's say, just a kg, okay, of the cocoa pit? How much?
Okay.
Okay, so we need 100 kg of the cocoa pit to produce 12 pieces of 5 kg.
You need 100 kg of the raw material.
Coconut husks, yes.
To do what?
12 pieces of 5 kg bags of the substrate.
12 pieces of 5. So 5 times 12 is what? 60.
60, yes.
Oh, 100 kg. That one you can even find it along the beach, right, where they sell coconut. But my point is that if that is the case, how come you have not done this, let alone to now, pilot it on lettuce or something?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What are the challenges? Let me know.
All right. So the number one challenge with COVID deals with the machinery. As a matter of fact, a Kimo Pit actually is no longer producing the coir fiber as much as it used to be in the past. Because when it comes to designing of the specification on the sizes, the size of the cocoa pit is very important. Because like Madam said, for the seedling stage, you don't necessarily have to be so much technical about it. But when you are looking at a whole cycle, a whole processing cycle, the pit has to have a particular size. The sizes of the fiber are very important.
What size? Give me the size.
No. I can only describe based on texture, as in, it's not supposed to be too rough. That's the first thing. It's not supposed to have a lot of fiber. It's also not supposed to be too smooth, else you are going to have issues with aeration. And the machines within the Ghanaian space, there is one that is being sold at Accra.
My brother, I disagree. Because that's why, as a lecturer, I'm a very practical person. You understand? Very practical. You know coconut, the dry one. You can even use cutlass. Yeah? Cutlass to peel it. You can break it just with some hammer. You can do that and get what you're talking about.
No, please, you can't. You do that, you get longer fibers. And when you get longer fibers, you actually have to now come and chop them. When you end up chopping them...
Good, longer fibers. You want to chop them. What can you use to chop?
When you use scissors, they will still become longer. You have to blend.
My brother. You see, you're giving excuses. You're giving excuses, and I don't like that. Especially for someone who has been part of this. Can't you even go and use some blender or take it to these people that mail? Can't they mail it for you? Oh, my brother.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank you. Someone is asking, we've heard Prof saying I've been in maize production, dairy production, tomato production, kubetu. Now they off the back from when I was about to ask that question. All right. Next to present is Agritech. Please hold on. While they do the scoring, let's keep our people watching us company. Agritech here. Aho! Please, let's get ourselves Agritech. But in case you're going international, for Kubedia, what should we expect? How do you translate it? Modibeko English, is it English or Chinese? Yeah. How would you say it?
I think I have to leave it to my marketing lead to decide.
Use a coconut to plant.
Oh, I see. So it is not about fakube like the dia as in kube stick or the stem, but plant it. So take coconut and plant it. Just like that. That is what we're supposed to expect, right?
That's direct translation.
Let's hear you, marketing officer.
Yes, that's just a direct translation of fakubedia. Yes.
But in case you are meeting the white, anything that we should expect, because there are a lot of us who aim to go international, right? So we may find ourselves in the China, in the US. We should get a hint. Yes, give it to her.
Plant with cocoa pits or plant with kubefet. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Aho! Aho! I appreciate. Oh, okay. That is a song. A freestyle. Right. You're still watching us live on TV, UCC. Maybe I have to give you a minute. Okay. Let's enjoy the interlude. Are they saying I should sing along? Uh, no, 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 no. I'm into high life. Madam Eunice knows this. I'm into high life. If it is high life, I can give you something. But reggae music, maybe if it is Bob Marley or Lucky Dube, high life. But if I'm singing, would you say I should endorse that? High life? You?
No.
Hey, you are smart. Would you advise that we're keeping our people who are watching us company? We're waiting for the ideation team to be set. You would want me to sing High Life? Join me here. Eric, you would? About the thing, every little thing is gonna be alright. My voice, sing it, don't worry. My voice, about the thing. I can sing it anyway. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. I can. Right. Let's hold on. The lady said I should give highlight. We're still waiting for the ideation team. Maybe if I sing, she will give us the chorus. She will back me, right? Which song? Memfa mitrinya da Roma na umumunchira mansa. Memfa moja nyanki mau na mfansa yasio medo. Memfa wedi mo memo maso wedi ntamako maso Memfa do kawanse mikomo kawanse mensaso me uno jina dudu. Oh yes ronko nani miao kumaka sama so anadidi. She couldn't sing. The team is ready. Hold on. Please. KIC team, the executive director is here. They would want to leave. Let's wrap up and then we'll leave here. So you have 6 minutes. The team is ready. Your time starts now, please.
Thank you very much. We are Agritech Innovators. My name is John Amon. We are Agritech Innovators and we are solving the challenges of transportation when it comes to transportation, and this leads to post-harvest losses. This is Mr. George, who he focuses on cabbage farming. He loses about 25% of his produce when he is done harvesting. Where he's placing them is not even hygienic. Madam Agnes, who buys the product from the farmers to the market, she packs it into sacks, which loses about 20% of the produce. The problem of Madam Agnes is that by the way they pack the produce into a truck, and the transportation alone will cause problem to the product before it gets to the market. The handling and the transportation brings distraction to the produce. And Food and Agriculture also says that 20 to 50% of the produce goes waste every year. Now we as Agritech Innovators, we are providing a safe truck that transport the produce from the farmer's end to our store. We are also having a multi-purpose supermarket that includes the supermarket size and a warehouse. The warehouse is for storing a large quantity of fruit and vegetables. And our transport truck contains recycled plastics. We are going to recycle plastic into crates. And this crate, we are going to give it to the farmers to harvest their product into it, that we come with our truck to pack it into it. Now the farmer will harvest his product into our crate. When we come purchase it into our crate, then we pack it into our truck, into our supermarket. We are assuring our customers of price stability, quality and freshness. We are also assuring our farmers with ready cash after harvest, then safe transportation to save both the farmer and the aggregator. We are also improving farmers' standard of living by improving their income and timeliness. Our impact is to increase food security by 5.2 annually.
Also, job creation 7% to reduce economic losses for smallholder farmers, also to reduce plastic pollution in the environment. We are also to empower women and vulnerable groups. We have competitors in this environment, but we are assuring them of the price stability, safety transportation, quality and freshness, proximity and timeliness. Then we have our collaborators to be UCCD Hub and Ghana Standard Authority, Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Looking at our market, we have 1.2 billion US dollars, but we are going to increase it by 5.9 by 2028. And when we come to our region, which is serviceable, addressable market, we have 21.8. We are going to increase it by 21.8 by 2027, as well as our Cape Coast region. We are going to do this through digital marketing, community announcement, then forum event for farmers. Then we have our research learnings. We've got to understand that in our supermarket, we can produce, we can have safe packaging that is very conducive and is also hygienic for individuals who walk into our supermarket and buy their product. Then we can also engage farmers with training that will enhance their farming skills and also to on a modern day farming system. We have a revenue model. We are going to have only 25% of value added to the product that we buy from the farmers. Each day we are expect to have 375 crates of fruit and vegetables that we get from our customers. Then our roadmap, we embark on a research tour. The next quarter of next year, we have planning and budgeting, and throughout, we are expecting to launch it and start operation by the third quarter of 2025. And my team, I have Gloria, who is the finance lead, and Samson, operation lead, and myself, John, who is the sales and marketing lead. Thank you.
Yes, it's good to keep our vegetables fresh because most of our local vegetables are transported with humans. So sometimes you are sitting on the in the car and you have vegetables and other animals and other. So it's a good idea. Yeah, but are you doing that, or you are also recycling? You are also having a plan that is going to recycle. So what exactly are we talking about?
We are talking about the transportation issues, but the recycling comes in because that one company is going to collaborate with us and do the recycle crate for us. But we are going to use the crate for the safe transportation. The farmer harvests the product and have to put it on the floor, which is not hygienic. So the farmer only harvests his products into our crate. He invites us, then we are ready to come and purchase, send it to our supermarket.
Very good. But let's go to the van. How do you, carry these materials in the fresh vegetables in that this van? I think I saw a crate, the one that with the crates. How do you keep the make sure that these things are all fresh when you are moving?
Yeah, it's a cold van.
But you never mentioned that, did you? So that was my problem, that you are putting all these things in the van. So keeping the vegetables fresh is important to maintain that. And where are you citing your market?
Yeah, we are looking at the Cape Coast market.
In the Cape Coast market?
No. So all farmers in Cape Coast, so that's in our market site.
Yeah, so that is also another issue when it comes to, so which vegetables, every vegetable, how many farmers are in Cape Coast producing specific. So look at that, because if you are saying tomatoes, I could see tomatoes. How many farmers produce tomatoes here in Cape Coast? You see that there are very few farmers and some greenhouses. So your source of those materials is very important. Other than that, you may have to also go to Burkina to get those tomatoes, or Akumada. Yes. So be specific on the kind of vegetables and where you are getting them and the quantities. Because we live in Cape Coast, and we, even at the school farm, you have to queue for certain vegetables. People are rushing for it. So for you to get them, get the farmers who are producing specific ones, then the quantities and how you'll be able to supply. Other than that, people will come to your market and they don't have the produce. But the idea of getting the products fresh to us is very, very important.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I think this is also quite innovative, because in Ghana we use any truck or whatever at all to transport, the same thing to transport sand, cement, and then we still come and use it for food. So if we have something like this, but there's also no motivation, because we don't pay a premium price for however you transported your vegetables to the market. And this is something that maybe with our partners KIC we can begin to incentivize our system, so that there is some regulation on that. Elsewhere there are. My issue is that, are you into transportation services or the sales of the product?
Okay.
Or both?
Yes, it's both. On the transportation, then we have our multi-purpose supermarket. So with that, all the those who come and buy, all the those who do wholesale retailers, and those who process the product into other products, will have a good source of where they can get all their products. So we have all farmers that produce vegetables, all farmers that produce fruit. We have all of them together. They bring their produce to our supermarket, where those who do resale and those who do retailing, and other individuals working to purchase.
Okay. I work with pineapple. I don't know how this one will fit into your... I don't know how that will fit into your... Have you started something?
No, please.
How much do you need to do this, to get this mobile van?
So, sir, this is not actually the van. We use this as let's say an image because of the presentation. So we have to use something to present.
Oh, okay. So
please, for now, the price of a small van like this is $18,000.
18,000.
Yes, please.
With the refrigeration system?
Yes, please.
18,000. Oh, okay. From which company? Source. Give your source. Okay, that's fine. I thought you were already in business, so I wanted you to bring my pineapples from East Asia around the Equijuice area to Cape Coast. Because I need something like this. In most cases, yeah, okay. Thank you.
So you have to look at your capital. I don't know how much money you have estimated for all this. Because you need a supermarket. You said you need a supermarket. I don't think you can use only one van if you have a supermarket. So you need maybe 2 vans. Have you calculated all this?
Yeah, we are looking at all of that.
And then some of the calculations, your revenue, I saw 14,000. Oh, go there and see. No, your market, the target that you wrote before you came here. Yeah. There is a 14,000. What does it mean? 0.14,000 is $140.
Yes, that is in Cape Coast region here.
$140 the whole year. Please go and check your figures. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate Harvest AI, next team to present. Harvest AI. Customized t-shirt. Beautiful. So this is Agritech Challenge Classic 2023 Southwest Zonal Pitch. And this is happening live at the School of Graduate Studies Auditorium of University of Cape Coast. Many thanks to TV UCC. They're making sure that we're live on YouTube so that you would also get access to what we're doing here. But if you have not subscribed to our channel, we would plead with you to subscribe to our channel. You hit on the notification icon. And of course, you do us that favor. You share the content for the world to get to know what we are doing here. For that beautiful tune at the background, that is Philip Lakidube. Remember me? When they are done, they will give us something small before they go. They're from Takrade, right? Then they will give us something from Kofi Kenyatta. But for now, we'll give you 6 minutes to present your idea to us. Your start now, please.
Hello, everyone. We are Harvest AI, and I'm Ebenezer Kobna. Our motto is efficient, high-yield produce. Will you believe me if I told you there is a completely unexplored ways of controlling pests? According to the USDA, about 20 to 40% of crops is lost to pests alone. That's a significant amount of crops lost to pests in a year or a harvesting cycle. These are our target customers: the maize farmers, the rice farmers, fruit and vegetable farmers, and palm farmers. Our problem statement: farmers all over the world lose tons of crops to pests alone. That's 20 to 40% in Ghana of crops lost. Our solution is to build an intelligent platform that automates pest control with minimum intervention from the user, utilizing ultrasonic sound frequencies. How it works: we curate data sets of pests on a farmland. We then train an artificial intelligence neural network to accurately identify the pests on the farmland. This trained data then goes into a compute platform. This, along with the sound they are allergic to, this device then identify the pest on the farmland and they place the right frequencies they are allergic to. And then they move away from the farm, leaving them with a farm-free. Our value proposition is increased revenue. It's a one-time solution, harmful, chemical-free, and a cost-effective setup. Our impact, we plan to educate young and upcoming software and hardware engineers, increase revenues. It's also cost-effective and less reliance on pesticides. Our product is very competitive in terms of effectiveness, pricing, and ease of use. We are 99% more efficient. Our partners are KIC, SolarTech, the telecommunication companies, the JE drones, and so on. The global market size for pest control is 31 billion US dollars, and then 15 billion for Africa. And we are planning to go to 19% of this market. Our go-to-market strategy is through ads, referral programs, subscriptions, and build relations with our customers, and a 24-hour service. During our market research, we learned farmers use traditional and inconvenient ways to tackle pest control on their farmland, including the use of plastics to cover their crops and all sorts of ways, but manually driving them away from the farm and so on. Farmers use at least 3 pesticides to clear a farm, 1 acre of a farmland. It does accumulate to 1,500 Ghana cedis for 1 acre. Our revenue model, the device will be in three models: the least expensive, the medium, and then the very expensive. Software as a service, the repair and replacements for $10 too. This is our financial projection for a 1-year cycle. In Q1, we plan to utilize 636 US dollars for what's what we are using it for. This is our roadmap for the year. In Q1 of 2023, we'll be talking to stakeholders and investors about our project. First quarter of 2024, we'll be meeting with electronics companies for our models to be created. In the second quarter of 2024, we'll be testing an iteration and improvements. In the last quarter, going public with our product. My name is Ebenezer Kobana. I'm a software and hardware engineer.
I am in the person of Samuel Atubedu.
Belinda Boash. Janet Bonku. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Harvest AI, I saw A1 here. So, yeah, so the use of artificial intelligence is gaining grounds, and I'm excited about some of these things because I am the Ghana representative of the Precision Agriculture Association in US, and tomorrow I will be speaking on it as a discussant on the use of precision agriculture in solving some of our problems, and at the conference that we're talking about. Yeah. So the concern is there, and recently there was the concern is about in rice farming. So even though you are targeting others. The bears and all those things that you are doing, they are okay. But because artificial intelligence, we need to train. There's a need to prioritize because the rodents are there. Some of the rodents are actually meat that people are hunting. So the opportunity for people to buy the acoustic to just drive away the rodents. Squirrel is not there because they even want them to eat. But when it comes to the rice, the koala bird is an issue. And currently, one of our professors is also doing something like that. So try as much as possible to what? To focus. To focus. Yeah, so as a beginning, okay, this is what I want to focus, even though I have the intention to develop, because at the end of the day, we want to get what money from that. The another issue is about especially the sounds that you are using. You see, how will you intend to make sure that those sounds that will, in terms of the frequencies that you are using, will not also interfere with what the farmers and cause them a problem? So these are the only challenge, and how are you going to surmount that challenge?
Right. Thank you very much. So, like, starting with the last question, the sound and the interference with humans. We are using ultrasonic sound frequencies. These are 2,000, 20,000 megahertz, which is like 20 kilohertz. That's totally above human audible range. That means you can't hear. Yes, you can't hear. It's totally above the human audible range, which is, but a small mammals, insects, arachnids, and other insects can hear this ring, and then it's what happens is it disrupts their navigation and the even mating cycle, because these animals, some of the animals rely on their antennae and their highly tuned audible sensors to navigate around. They see when their senses are overwhelmed with these ultra high frequencies, it's completely disorient them.
These are some of the things that you should buttress. Yes, because even the sounds that when you go to the rice farms they make, it actually even also affects the humans who are making those sounds. So if you are building the problem, then focus on the fact that those sounds are nuisance to, for example, the birds, but humans are not able to what? Hear them. So that should come out, and also try to target the animals that can easily what people will want to drive away.
Thank you. Can you take me to your projections? Yes, so in the fourth quarter, you were expecting to have a positive cash flow, where your revenue, your inflows is more than the outflows. How are you going to ensure that? Because I know once you launch, it will be difficult for you to convince people. So you are going to spend more than what you are going to receive. How are you going to ensure that?
Okay, so actually, as a startup, we are intending to focus on a few farmers, like about 100 farmers when we start up.
100 farmers with how many devices?
So with 100 devices.
100
like
devices.
for different farms.
Okay.
Harvest AI. My interest is with the ultrasound. That's what you say you're going to use. But we know ultrasound, the range you have given, 20 to 25 kilohertz. You are saying what is good for the human ear? Completely.
It is completely harmless to humans.
Harmless or
Yes.
harmful?
Harmless.
25, then maybe perhaps I am the one getting confused, because I have used ultrasound.
20 kilohertz
because
is
so I just want to be clear. Is it going to be like a musical instrument or sensors or probe?
we will use transducers. We use transducers to emit the frequencies we need.
So how? Wow.
So like the okay, let me see. You use a quartz crystal.
Are you okay? He wants to show something. What does he want to do? He wants to show something.
Okay, so yeah, we plan to use transducers. These are like specially tuned crystals that is able to oscillate the right frequencies we need. So yeah, ultrasound frequency. You go, you go to hospitals, you go for ultrascans and stuff. Once this device starts running, the mother doesn't hear any sound being emitted. Another use of ultrasounds is a dog whistle. There's a whistle when you play, it makes dogs completely, uncomfortable. But these sounds are completely, no person can hear this sound being played. It's just not, yeah, but it is actually affecting the animals.
I think so far, when it comes to technology, this is the highest level of opportunity that you have. And just like, I've said about almost everyone that has presented, go back to your cash flow. You need to work out, go back to the cash flow. What is your cash outflow going forward? What is your cash outflow? Check those ones. 2024, 25,000 against 25,000, 25,000 against 12,000.
Yes, please. The 12,000 is when we start skill. That is in the last quarter, in the third quarter of 2024. Because in this quarter, in the first quarter of 2024, the second quarter, we are not going to sell it. That is, we are going to do testing and then evaluation with the farmers. So when we test and then we work on the feedbacks, we will then start selling on the
But
last
you've
quarter.
written cash sales, is that not it?
Cash sales, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is in the last quarter.
Yeah, but you say you are not going to sell.
That is in the second quarter. In the second quarter, we will do testing. So if we work on the feedback, and everything goes well, then we start selling on the third quarter.
Okay. So before you start selling in the third quarter, check you total all the monies that you have there. Get a total. You add, go back and do this. You put the total together and see if you can survive.
Yes, sir. Please, you can survive.
All right. So you go and check.
Okay.
Aho! Aho! Appreciate. Yes, and that is the Harvest AI team. Next to present is the Nature Rap Inno team. Nature Rap Inno. The innovators or where are they? Nature Rap Inno. Aho! Let's appreciate. Let's appreciate. And please, when you are responding to the ideation team, I want to advise that you face us. Face us. Let us also have a feel of what you're saying. Else, it seems to be a vetting panel and then an interviewer interview with, and no, let's have a feel. Let's have a feel. So face us, okay? You face us, you talk to us, and then we also pick some clue from what you'll be saying, right? We're waiting for the ideation team. But before they start, anything that you would want to do? Would you sing? They would answer. It can't be boring like that, you know that. It cannot. Agri Queens, are they here? Agri Queens? Huh? They said they are not slave queens, they are agri queens. Are they giving us something? You would answer. You said you would answer. You do what? You would do it. You would do it. What would you do? Are you aware we'll have a dinner after everything? But if you are not dancing, if you are not telling us that you're interested in that, why would I? Please don't organize it. Don't do it. So, short rap. Okay. When I talked about dinner, he said he will rap. Right. So I'm giving the microphone to him. But the moment they are ready, with that, right? Okay. Oh, they are ready. So, are the nature rap, and we're giving you 6 minutes. Your time starts now, please.
Good afternoon, Adieshi team. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Good afternoon, Agritech. We welcome you to Team Nature Rap. Do you know that it takes about 500 years for plastic to decompose? Which means the first ever plastic that was introduced into this world has not yet decomposed. Can you think of the harm, the pollutions, and the life that this plastic has affected? It's as a result of this that we unveil to you today Team Nature Rap. Team Nature Rap Innovations is a setup company that aims to bring biodegradable packaging bags by harnessing on the use of cassava peels, plantain peels, and banana peels to make packaging bags which are biodegradable.
So straightforward, we go to how it works. So firstly, we'll collect and then clean the cassava peels. We'll firstly collect and clean the cassava peels, and then we go through the fiber extraction and then the fiber treatment, and then we go through a system of mixing and then blending and then molding and drying these cassava peels to get our paper, and then we package them. And then not only do we do that, because there are lots of paper bags in our system today, so we thought of adding a value to it. So our paper bag is going to be durable and then waterproof, oil proof. It's going to come with Ziplocs, and then it's going to be highly accessible. And then when we did our competitors analysis, we got to know that ours, compared to them, theirs is not eco-friendly, it's not durable and low cost, and it's not low cost as well. Jesus Christ. So when we sat down and then we planned on how we are going to get our products to the market, we said we'll go through the social media awareness. We are going to have and events and exhibition, and then we are going to do public distribution so that people get to also know about it. And then during our market research learning, we got to know that these paper bags are gotten from wood. And these wood, when they go down to go for the pulps from them, it's broken down and then it leads to deforestation, which in the long run affects climate. So to bring about this thing down, we thought of using cassava peels and other organic waste products like cassava, yam peels, and then plantain peels to source our raw materials for the biodegradable bags. And then our collaborators and partners are seeing us on the screen. And then when we checked our market size, we are tapping into the whole Ghana market, but then the whole Ghana market is our total available market is $155 million, but then we are tapping into our serviceable obtainable market, which is $3.1 million. So our revenue model, when we did our balances and costs, we realized that ours will cost about 1 cedis to produce. We sell it at a wholesale price of 1 cedi 50 pesos and a retail price of 2 cedi 50 pesos. So we end up with our profit margin of 25%. So on our roadmap, in our first quarter, we did our market research. So moving forward, we'll do our prototype and then we'll test it and see whether it will be able to fit the market that we are trying to solve. And then not only do we seek to gain revenue from this, but then we are also looking for it to impact our society one way or the other. So in the first case, we reduce waste locally by 95% by solving the SDG goal number 13, that is clean water and then sanitation. And we also solve SDG goal number 1, which is eradicating poverty, that is creating jobs for 50% jobs for women and youth in rural communities, and then generate extra income for farmers by 20%. I am Eunice Aqua.
Ebenezer Wilson.
Frank Abuaji.
Anita Kisiwa.
Addition team, let's hear you. No comment. Aho. Aho. Appreciate. Please, can we release them?
I think you can. We've heard this over and over, so the same comments, they can pick it up.
All right. All right. Hold on. Too quick, not too quick. Echo Blend is the next team to present. Echo Blend. Right, we're waiting for the team to get set. But before that, at least we have to get one or two questions for you. Let's make it interactive. Who will be the CEO? Who? The CEO, yes. In case you're able to establish this entity, who will be the CEO? This is not part of the questions anyway. Who? You?
Please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh, why?
I think we have so basically taking into consideration my ability, capability, capacity, and credibility. I think I can be the best person to. Yeah.
So CEO said that he has the. We want to break for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So we can stretch. 2 minutes. You may want to walk to the different the person in the next seat, shake hand with the person, talk to the person. COVID is no more. Let's network. Talk to the next person, the person behind you, the person behind you, the one right in front of you. Will be departing today. Network. 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, we are future entrepreneurs. Let's network. Aho! Aho! Great. Feel free to call any of the photographers. Let's take pictures. Call any of the first. Take somebody's number. Yeah.